Alright guys, we are in sunny and hot Adelaide. It's getting up to 36 degrees. Well, it was when we rocked up yesterday. Nice dry heat though, so not too bad, but wow, we really weren't expecting that when we came from Rapid Bay and it was, you know, topping the high 20s. For it to come to 36 degrees only an hour and a half away, it actually shocked us a little bit. But hey, nice warm weather, we're stoked. We're glad to be in Adelaide because we've got a few things to sort out. So first thing is the washing machine in the caravan. It's just not running right. It's got a drainage issue by the sounds of it, and it's taking hours to do a simple 40-minute load. So we're going to get that sorted out. It's a mobile guy, he's going to come out tomorrow and have a look at it, and fingers crossed, all gets sorted. And the other thing that we're doing, which I forgot about, the windscreen. We got a crack in the windscreen probably a month and a half ago, and it's a decent one down the bottom corner at the front here. And it's just because of all the flooding and everything in Queensland at the moment, we're struggling to work through with RSEQ to get it sorted because they're just so flat out with all the flood insurance claims and everything, which is understandable. I'm not going to push it and hound them, but it'd just be great to get that fixed while we're in Adelaide because it's going to be so much harder elsewhere. And with the Ranger, we can't get a mobile person out because they have to have it in the workshop because they have to recalibrate the forward-facing camera for the lane assist and all that stuff. So hopefully we can get onto them and get that booked in while we're here. I mean, it was supposed to be booked in already, but once again, they're just so flat out. And right now, I'm off to get a new battery for the Ranger. It obviously went flat when it was sitting there for the few days at Rapid Bay. So we knew it was going. I was just silly enough and lazy enough to leave it. And yeah, we got caught out. And I've got, you know, like we said when we were doing it, I've got the iTech World Jumpstart pack, but I was silly enough to not check that recently and let that go flat. So, lesson learnt, check your equipment more often, make sure everything's charged. But yeah, all good, going to get a battery now. And then once we've sorted these couple of things, we can start exploring the beautiful city of Adelaide. It's a beautiful place so far. Driven into the city once just to drop Mum off at a hotel in there. She's only got a couple more days with us before she flies back to Brisbane. And yeah, we'll probably head in. Erin's just back doing some schoolwork with the kids now, and when they're done, we'll head into the city, have a bit of an explore around, and go from there, really.
Alright guys, so homeschooling this morning was making our own paddle boat. So, like the ones we went on at Echuca. Let's look at yours, Belle. Very cool.
I'm twisted.
Toby's. And we're just going to test them out. Wow! We've got to wind it up. Woohoo!
If you're going to come into Adelaide CBD and your car is over 2.1 metres high, don't bother.
Even over 2.
We're 2.2, and that's just the aerial touching the top. And the kayaks are probably 2.1. We rang up the main secure car park company to ask them, and he was nice as, and he's like, yeah, 2.2, you'll fit in pretty much anything we have.
Yep.
Nah, we've gone to drive into about 6 car parks, and they're all under or just over 2 metres.
So it's been 2 metres like on the nose, or 2.03.
So now we're driving back out, and we're going to find a park on the outside of the CBD. Anyway, just so you know. All right, we got a park. And that's the CBD just over there. And there's a bridge just up here, so we're all good. But the funny thing is we looked at these parks on the way in, and I was just contemplating it, and I was going, oh, maybe we should just stop and park here. Oh, we've got to pay for it actually. All right, that was lucky. Got real distracted talking to you guys and thinking about other things and forgot to pay for the parking. And right as we remembered, the car next to us had a parking ticket, so obviously they're out and about. So we're good now. Anyway, we'll walk over this bridge into the CBD. Right, so we've decided we're going to go jump on the tram. It just does a bit of a loop of the city. I'm just going to go check it out, really.
Yeah, see what we can find.
We don't really know what's around here, so that's the best way, I guess. So we got it completely wrong. It's a bus loop that does the whole loop around the city, not a tram. So we're sitting there waiting for trams, trying to figure it out. It was never going to work because they don't do it. But it's all good now. We're going to come look at the markets apparently, and then jump on that bus loop.
Kobe just bought some gummies with $5 I found.
Wow, well those markets are bloody incredible.
So good. We've got to come back.
And that light is beaming in there. Yeah,
So
those
good.
markets are absolutely incredible. So
Yeah, amazing.
we spent a lot longer in there than we thought, and we're actually not going to do that bus loop now because we spent so long in there. But if you're a foodie, get into there. So multicultural in there, multicultural, and the
cheap. Everything's really like cheap, affordable.
Butchers and fruit and veg with amazing deals and fresh as, like it looks amazing. So we're going to come back here before we head off to our next stop.
Yeah, so we can do some shopping. I'll do
Stock
some meal
up.
planning and yeah, get some good ingredients for a few meals.
Yeah,
and
so good. Like I didn't think I'd be into it, but it's amazing in there.
so good. And
Had a
coffee
few
was good.
Good
And
coffee, a few little treats while we're in
yeah,
there.
had a cake and it was good.
But yeah,
Everything's good.
I don't know what we're going to do now. We'll probably just head back and maybe have a beer and
I don't know what I was thinking this
Chill.
morning. I left the house in thongs and regrets. So many regrets.
anyway, we'll get back on this tram now and head back into the city and yeah,
Chill.
Don't really know what that thing was all about, but kids wanted to go on it, so.
I think it's like an artwork, an interactive artwork or something as part of the Fringe Festival.
Yeah. Oh, well, different.
Why not?
Well, we're back at the van now. Even though that was only half a day, it felt long. It was another 36-degree day.
Really hot.
We're not city people anymore. We struggle with the people.
Just the amount of people and like people with their own agendas, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
Like it's good to go in there and check things out. Like those markets were amazing, but
Yeah, we're definitely going back for the markets.
yeah, keen to get back out to less people. But hey, at those markets, we got pretty much 3 dinners worth for roughly 20 bucks. I mean, we might have to chip in a few other veggies and stuff, a few more bucks. But 3 packets of gnocchi, 3 lots of olives. Now, we absolutely love our olives.
Yeah.
So does Bella, but not
Totally.
Toby. That's all right. And then we got this pasta sauce.
An authentic Italian pasta sauce, and that was probably the most expensive part of the whole thing.
So 1 packet of gnocchi a night, olives, and then maybe one night we'll do like a creamy bacon one, you said.
Yeah, just with mushrooms, because the mushrooms were also super cheap in the market. So
Yeah, like $3 a kilo or something. wasn't it?
$3.50 for half a kilo.
Yeah, so
so cheap.
we'll get some of them. But that's like 3 meals for 20 bucks or just over.
Pretty much, yeah.
So that's pretty good. That's what we're going to start
For
doing
4
more
people,
of.
yeah.
Yeah, we're spending too much on food, especially with food prices going up now too. Like our weekly shop's $200. So we're going to try to bring that down a bit to make this a little bit more doable for us. Now, the other thing we haven't told you is where we're staying in Adelaide, and we're not going to tell you because we're lucky enough to be able to stay at a family member's house in their driveway. So we're parked up here, and they're away at the moment. So we've got free use of their house, and it's awesome, and means we don't have to pay anything for the time that we're staying here.
Yeah.
Not too sure how long we're going to stay here. Really comes down to how long it takes us to get things sorted in the van. A few shops while we're in a city too, just a few things we want to get, and then we want to get back out there. Like, we haven't done much off grid yet, as you know, but
hopefully from here on it'll be mostly off grid stuff. So
yeah, we want to do a lot more of it. So yeah,
it'll have to be if we want to keep going.
Yeah. And not to mention, there's a lot of things that we want to do in Adelaide. We didn't realise how much there is here. So obviously we went into the city today. It was a bit much. Don't really want to spend too much time back in there, but there's a lot of the wineries and other towns on the outskirts of Adelaide that we want to go check out, like especially Handorf. Been told Handorf, however you say it. Been told by so many people to go there and have a beer, so we will.
Glenelg.
Yep.
Apparently Jacobs Creek winery is good.
Yeah.
Want to try and maybe do a tour to the Barossa.
Definitely, yeah. Want to do the Barossa. Don't know where the Barossa is, but
yeah,
when we figure it out.
From Adelaide, or whether we go and camp there for a couple of nights.
Yeah.
And do it that way, we haven't figured it out yet. So.
Yeah. So Mum's flying back to Brisbane in 2 days. Then we don't have any plans really, apart from Pluby. We've got a date to be there, which is over the Easter long weekend.
Yep.
But other than that, who knows?
Winging it.
Anyway, I'll show you this dinner once Erin's made it. Alright, so how is it?
Delicious.
Delicious.
Good?
Yummy.
I can't face this at myself yet because I don't know if I'm looking at myself. So simple as and cheap as chips.
And absolutely so tasty.
Silence says it all. Alright guys, we've come for a little drive out to Handorf, 30 minutes out of Adelaide.
Yep.
And this is a beautiful German, what's the word for it? When they established the town?
Established?
No, there's another word.
Pioneered? Settled?
Settled town, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Righto guys, we've come for a half an hour drive out of Adelaide to the little town of Handorf. Now this was a German settlement, 1839. And I tell you what, I've never been to Germany, but you could fool me that this was Germany.
It's got a very German feel about it.
It does.
It's
So
really cool.
I think the plan today is we're just going to have a walk around. We're going to start with a coffee.
And there's some wineries and some breweries and lots of places to eat.
So it's going to be a bit of a food and drink day, I think.
Yeah.
Now, when we caught up with Caravan Adventure Oz, they told us to go to the Handorf Inn. So we'll definitely check that out and go have some lunch there, I think.
Yep.
Maybe a big pork knuckle or something like that.
Oh, I better not eat too much.
Oh.
There's lots of artisan I think is the word, but like cakes. Artisan? I don't know, but you get my drift. Cakes and like goodies around as well. So it's going to be a big, food and drink day for sure.
You don't need any coffee, mate. That's for sure.
No.
Anyway,
I need a pair of ears though.
Let's go show you this town.
Coffee.
So first stop is the German Inn to get a coffee because they had a sign out the front saying best coffee in town. Now,
so we had to try it.
If you want to sell us a coffee, put that under your sign and we'll most likely come and get one. We're a sucker for that. And you never know if it is or not unless you stay here and try it all. So good tactic. Cool is this street lined with all these trees. Check it out. It literally goes the whole main street. So nice. Is that your ultimate shop, kids?
Yes.
It was mine.
A shop that you could just go in and pat a puppy. Now, it was an adoption place, but we missing our dog, so had to go in and give it a little pat.
Yeah.
Beautiful
and
little
love
dog.
the kids.
Yeah, that was awesome. Look at this, what a feast.
That was delicious, but oh my god, so full.
Had a red hot crack.
We had a good crack, but it's a lot of food. Well worth the money that you pay.
Well, what an awesome feed. We're gonna have to go walk that off now though.
I know, I'm so full.
We left so much food too. So for $100 or so for that platter, it's meant to do 4 and you'd be so full.
Yeah.
With 4 people, we did it with 3.
And you get like the main things that you would want to get. So you get like the crispy pork knuckle, which on its own would cost you like $45.
Yep.
So definitely a budget way to do it if you're with, you know, a few people.
Yep, $100 in. Highly recommended. So this morning we said goodbye to Mum. She's flying back to Brizzy today. It's been a month that she's been with us.
Yeah, it's going to be weird not having her around.
It's felt like not a month at all. It went
gone
really
so
quick.
fast.
But yeah, so she's flying back, and we had the washing machine guy come out, and all good, figured out what the problem was, but they've got an order a part, and apparently that part can take a week or more to get here. And I said to him, bloody hell mate, like, you came on the last day that we're staying here and we gave you heaps of heads up, and apparently he didn't get that information, so not his fault. But anyway, so now we've got to decide what we're going to do. So we're meant to be heading off in 2 days to go free camping along the York, but we got to figure out whether we're doing that and they're going to come meet us somewhere, or we have no washing machine for a bit, or whether we stay here for a little bit longer. Not too sure.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Anyway, so that calls for a beer. I don't know why it does, but we don't need an excuse. So we're going to go out to Little Bang Brewing, and it's actually St. Paddy's Day today, so I think you legally have to have a beer. So why not, eh?
My name's Irish, let's just go with that.
For a second there, I'm like, no it's not, it's Aaron.
It literally means island, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, well we're definitely going for a beer. Anyway, Little Bang, we'll show you it. No, we're not going to Little Bang Brewing. It's closed.
Yeah, so we couldn't find it anyway.
We couldn't find it, saw the sign, but then when we were trying to find it, realised it was closed. So it opens in a few hours, so do your research. Don't be idiots like us.
We're not having the best of luck today.
Anyway, so now we're going to go to Shapeshifter Brewing. Go check them out instead.
Which is open, we've checked?
Yes, definitely open. If it's not, we're going home. To everyone that recommended Shapeshifter on the socials, thank you. It's good joint. We're not going to be able to hang around for long because the place is pretty much booked out for St. Paddy's Day tonight. But yeah, just have a few tasters, they're delicious.
Oh my god, these fries! How good do they look?
Hey, what a cool joint. Really like that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It'd be awesome to stay and really get on it, but being St. Paddy's Day.
Yeah, it's really starting to jam, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Get
Had
going.
too many beers, had too many IPAs.
But that's the thing with travelling around with kids and going to breweries, like obviously most of the time I stay under the limit, and the kids don't want to hang around for this long, so
No.
you know, to spend a whole night here, they would hate it.
But they're about to get like Irish dances happening and an Irish band, and yeah, it'd be really cool to be able to stay, but
We'll go home and have our own
got to drive.
Irish party in the caravan. I tell you what, sometimes when it rains it pours. So it looks like now our gas reg has done a number. So it's not working. We're getting very minimal gas flow inside. So it started off by figuring it out because the gas hot water wouldn't work. So kids went to have a shower last night, no hot water. And then I started checking everything, the stove top and the barbecue bayonet, so nothing's getting gas. So most likely it's the regulator, because we replaced the gas lines recently. They're all good, they're brand new. So kind of glad this happened while we're in Adelaide. Like, I know there's a few other things we're trying to sort out at the moment that aren't working out for us, but at least this happened here and not in the middle of nowhere. So we can get it fixed now. There's shops here that have regs and get it sorted out. But once again, massive shout out to Dan at JB Burpengary. I called him up this morning because this happened last night after hours, and just, you know, speaking to him, telling him what's happening, and had it sorted out in, you know, 5 minutes flat. So just said, yep, go replace it, because obviously to try to book in somewhere with a caravan repairer, they're literally months and months wait at the moment. It's full on. So I know what I'm doing with the gas, so I'm going to get that sorted myself, and yeah, hopefully we're back on the road sooner than later. One gas reg. There we go. New regs on. Caravan spares place was 5 minutes down the road. Took about 5 minutes to sort the parts out and put it on, and we've got gas again. Stoked. So glad this happened here and not in the middle of nowhere. That would have sucked. Anyway, good to go.
Wait, did it start going there?
I just got smashed by the sprinklers. I'm just walking back from paying the parking ticket, and they just boop, pop out of the ground, and there was no warning. It was just boom, full on. All right, guys, today we've come into the Adelaide Zoo. We're going to spend the arvo exploring. Now, I don't know if you can see behind us, but there are about 1 million bats in those trees.
Yep, so loud.
So loud, so many of them scurrying around, fighting. So we haven't even made it in the zoo yet, and we've already seen that.
We've already seen wildlife.
Anyway, let's go check out this zoo. Yeah, there are so many of them. That's unbelievable. I tell you what, I'm glad I wasn't holding the camera when those sprinklers went off, because we just got this new lens. Literally just put it on the camera, so that would have been disaster. So one of the main attractions of this zoo is the giant pandas. Now apparently this is one of the only places in this southern hemisphere where you can see them. And the kids are definitely excited to see these ones. They've been, ever since we walked through the gates, this is where they've been heading for.
Do you know why, Daddy?
Why?
They're giant.
They are. these skywalks around the place are really cool. Just get to see the monkeys and the pandas just walking across the top of you. But they say don't walk directly underneath them, because when they gotta go, they don't care who's underneath. Alright guys, that was a great day at the zoo. Pretty much we only spent half the day there. We got there about 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's not a massive zoo.
There's enough time, so
Yeah.
we probably spent, what, three and a half hours there?
You can do it in a couple of hours.
So now we're going to go to Little Bang and have a beer, and we're actually going to do it this time because it's open.
And we found it. So we looked it up online, and we'd actually driven past it the other day. That's why we couldn't find it.
Yes. So we'll go attempt to have a beer there. I'm loving a lot of these places. They're doing low alc beers because I'm driving, because Erin has half a beer and she's tanked. So it's good for me because I can have my tasters, my tasting paddle, and then this is under 0.5%, so I can have another beer. All good.
So we're contemplating whether we buy food or not, because we've been eating at every single brewery that we've come to, and we're not supposed to be. But
Money-wise.
Yeah, money-wise, obviously. But 500 grams of wings is only $12, which sounds like a bargain. And one of the flavours is called Gates of Hell. Nope, can't even, nuh-uh.
So not us. Not.
We would die if we have those. But we might go to Buffalo. Can't go wrong with Buffalo.
And what about the kids?
And the kids will have chips. Chips and chips.
Some fries with tomato sauce.
Yep.
Everything just going in the middle.
Just all in here, thank you.
Did you want some little sharing plates?
No, that'll be fine.
It'll be like that. Excellent. So
Thank you very
cheesy croquettes and your buffalo cauliflower.
much. Thank you. Yep.
So the wings are only available on Wednesdays, which is a little bit disappointing, but we ended up with this instead. So cauliflower wings, or cauliflower nuggets as they call them here, and they are good. And croquettes, which Alex didn't really like, but I like them. The kids like them. Cheese and potato, you can't really go wrong.
Righto guys, we're getting out of Adelaide. We've been here for how many nights now? Six
Nearly
nights.
a week. Yeah.
It does not feel like that, but we got the itch. We're not doing well with city life. We didn't get all the stuff that we wanted to sort out done with the caravan and the car, just all different reasons. The washing machine still not working because they had to order a part in, which I had a feeling was going to happen. Can't do much about that, so we're going to have to wait until we get to Port Lincoln. And the windscreen, they didn't organise it properly and didn't have a windscreen in stock, so that's not the worst. It's only a 20 centimetre crack down the bottom corner, so we'll live with that until later on. But now we're going to head out to the Barossa region. We're going to head towards a little town called Nuri Utpa or something like that. I'm sure it's not pronounced like that, but that's how it's read. It's probably like Narutpa or Naruto or something like that. But we're going to head out there and find ourselves a camp and spend a few days exploring the Barossa, because we wanted to do that while we're in Adelaide, but we just never, we never got out there.
Yeah. It wasn't the original plan either. We were going to initially head to the York after Adelaide, but we've decided we can't be this close to the Barossa and not go.
No, we can't bypass it. And, you know, now that I'm into my wines too, normally old me would have said, nah, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I definitely want to head out there now. So we'll head out there and see where we end up getting a spot and organise some wineries.